Hi everyone, my name is Phoenix Normand and welcome to a brand new decade. Um, it's January 1st and I am burnt out. um, it's funny how we get all wrapped up in the new year and wanting to do everything, hit the ground running and, let's sprint toward this new goal. And with it being a brand new decade, it's even more of an onus to really kind of murder it in the new year. And I know for a fact that I've been one of those people saying exactly that. But just to sort of give a little background, I have been sort of pulling together a couple of different projects. Bounce Back, which I just launched literally today, as well as the business that I had before, which was basically traveling the world, teaching executive assistants how to be incredible executive assistants and gain confidence, become more productive, become true sort of business partners for the people they support, and then also a number of other side hustles that I'm trying to build into businesses, including fulfilled by Amazon businesses. I'm also working with a company who are friends of mine, bringing sort of short-term rentals online, and then also dealing with my parents at the moment, one of which is sort of in the throes of dementia, and trying to keep the other one sane and healthy. So it's been a lot. 2019 was a very interesting year for me. I ended up moving away from Denver back to Los Angeles, ended up in a job situation that was terrible and quit after 5 weeks in a foul-mouthed tirade. And then from then have been just sort of, keeping the train on the tracks and rolling along, and most of it being side hustles that have now started to form into businesses. And what I realized probably a week before the end of the year is that I had been literally spending every waking moment working on one of these businesses, and trying to get everything up and running and keep people engaged and marketing. And I'm doing all of my own graphic design. So one of the things that I realized sort of a few weeks ago is that I've been kind of burning the candle at both ends and really trying to do too much is really what it comes down to. I think we sort of, or I can speak for myself, I tend to think I'm superhuman at times and that I can do everything and kind of work it all out myself. And what I'm finding is that I can to an extent, but it's also to my detriment because I'm not spending time with friends. I tend to isolate just because I have so much to do. I even noticed in conversations that all I can really kind of talk about are my businesses and how, in bringing those online and what that's like. And that makes me kind of one-dimensional, like that. I don't think I'm very exciting in conversation these days because I don't really have any other exposure outside of that. And that is really why I'm making this video, is to sort of give a real sense of what it kind of, the toll all of this kind of takes on you. I understand that it's one of those kind of suck it up moments and you still have to do what you have to do. But I just want people to understand that it's hard being your own source of income and your own source of inspiration and your own, the pressures that kind of come along with that. And it's okay, but it's also not sustainable. So it's funny that I have created something called Bounce Back. I feel like I'm probably the best test case on the planet right now for Bounce Back. And that's really to sort of figure out a way to reconstruct my life, and help other people do that with themselves, in such a way where I get the full photo, not just, the signature part or not just, the frame. I want the full photo. I want to put the whole thing on my wall, if that makes any sense. And what I'm trying to do now, and do it with intention, is to really, really understand when I'm feeling like I'm overcommitting, to myself and to other people. I'm actually really good at not overcommitting to other people. I'm great at that now, but I'm really bad at sort of, managing my own sort of internal narrative. Like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. I don't. I really don't. And that's something that I'm going to be working on via Bounce Back as well, and some of the experts that are going to be on my channel that will definitely help us all sort of figure that out. But I will say this: knowing yourself and knowing when you've hit your wall or hit your max is an incredibly important trait, and it's an incredibly important place to get to. And I will say the one thing that I'm great at is knowing when that's it. I've hit it. That's all she wrote. And today was one of those days where it's like, I just don't want to do anything. I really don't. I just lodged something that, is going to require my attention, but I'll be honest with you, I can't even think about it. Not for at least another 8 or 9 hours. I need me time, and I need to turn it all off. And I wanted to make this video specifically just because I want people to sort of be okay with turning it off. Like, it's, even if there's this obligation or the world is not going to burn down if you take a few hours to yourself to sort of reflect and to breathe and to not think with obligation at the fore. Just turn it off. Kind of simple. And that's something I plan to do today. So it's like noon. I was up until like maybe almost 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to make sure that glitches and stuff were handled and all that for the launch. And I purposely set no expectations for this launch. I did my marketing. I've learned that I'm more of an organic kid. People don't just come flocking to me. They find me out. And then that's when they kind of find me and like my channels or consume my content, and I'm okay with that. Slow boil is my jam, as opposed to big and splashy and fly by night people. It's not really me. So I'm going to go for a walk. It's a beautiful sunny day in Los Angeles, and I basically like laid in bed until like whatever time it is right now, almost like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just want to breathe and take in, some fresh air and kind of clear my mind a bit. I'm probably going to go work out at some point because that's the best way for me to really kind of center. And yeah, there you go. So happy first day of the year. If any of you are also kind of going through a little bit of burnout, know that it's okay, and know that really the only way you're going to dig out of that is you're going to have to start setting some boundaries, and you're going to have to, draw some lines in the sand and just turn it off, tune out, and realize that, people want what they want when they want it. But if they're coming to you to get it, it's kind of up to you to be able to be okay and to be whole enough to give it to them. And if they don't get it in the time they need it, oh well, it's just the way it is. Because your life and your happiness and your joy and your you are more important. Okay. So happy New Year, everyone. You'll see a lot of me this year in this medium, and we'll get through this together, and we'll enjoy the journey, and we'll get to a place where burnout, we can sniff it and hopefully sniff it out rather than have it land on us and do something about it. So thank you all. It's a new channel. Well, the channel has been around a while, but there's a lot of new content. So please feel free to subscribe and like the video if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. Hit me up in the comments and tell me I'm a whiny little biatch. It's perfectly fine with me. Your words have no power over me, darling. So enjoy this amazing, amazing day and this amazing year that's ahead of us. And take deep breaths. And I'll see you soon.